The Tempest Cleric is a man of God, but he doesn't whisper prayers. He weaponizes them. Sound isn't just sound, it's destruction. Thunder is the execution, and everything it touches is erased. Before we get into leveling our Thunder Cleric, if you want Booming Blade at the beginning of the game without going into different classes or multi-classing, you are able to do that with the race High Half Elf or High Elf, allowing you to use its racial ability to choose one cantrip of your choosing. I choose Booming Blade because it's a thunder ability and it goes really good with the Tempest Cleric's natural proficiencies in heavy armor and just having high strength with a high wisdom modifier in general. You will have a low dex, but heavy armor does not use dex to increase your armor class. As for your cantrips, I would go Guidance, Light, and Burst in Sinew to destroy the corpses, because we would like to explode and make as much noise as possible. That's why our blade booms. As for your deity, it matters little. I like going Talos because it sounds really cool. Now, level 2 will allow you to choose from a list of spells on Cleric. How Cleric works, and remember this, you do not ever have to worry about your prepared spell list while you're leveling. You can choose from any of these spells by simply doing this. Before you go into a battle, you go to prepare spells and you choose those 4 before the battle. For some reason on my game system, it keeps resetting my spells in my cleric tree, which is absolutely annoying. Your melee attacks are covered because you're going to be using a strength-based weapon and booming blade to deliver that boom, so you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to be more focusing on, and plus if a lot of them start surrounding you, you have Thunder Wave. So we're going to be focusing on maybe doing some control with command, doing some saving of your teammates with Sanctuary, and one long range ability like Guiding Bolt, and maybe a proper use of your boldness action with Healing Word. None of these use a concentration, so your concentration slot is pretty saved up. If you want to go bless, that's completely fine. It will help you hit attacks. So go ahead and bless yourself and start booming blading the world. I would cast this before the fight though. Now, since you're a Thunder Cleric, or a Tempest Cleric I should say, because lightning is in a Tempest, you have Fog Cloud, which is a very good way of staying out of sight if you're hidden. This does nothing for you if you're just standing up in it, so please hide in the Fog Cloud. The key feature of the Tempest Cleric is Destructive Wrath. When you roll a thunder or lightning damage, you can use your channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead. Now, maximum damage if they save the roll is a little different if they don't save the spell DC roll, which we'll get into in a second here. I would pick water because you're going to be using some lightning spells on this build as well. And then when you hit level 2, notice you are getting extra spells that the other clerics do not get the pleasure for. So we're going to go just back out real quick. So because you are a Tempest Cleric, you will have access to this skill called Shatter. Now, Shatter has a saving throw. Now, you want this saving throw to go off. You do this by increasing your spell save DC. I'm going to get into how you increase that later in the build, but for now, all you need to know is Shatter is a very good spell to use as an AoE in the beginning of the game to absolutely decimate your enemies from long range. You can use your level 2 spell slots on that and your level 1s on Thunder Waves if they just team to get close, or Sanctuaries to prevent your allies from getting absolutely wrecked. Okay, so, and I'm telling you, that double damage when you hit the Shatter is very, very good to feel. All right, now for this level, if you find yourself using Booming Blade more than using your Shatters and your Thunder Waves, I say go for it. Go for the strength. You could get the elixirs, but this particular cleric would benefit from being able to hold their concentrations without having to go into some weird armor or filling up your armor slot with that, because you kind of want gear specifically for booming people off the map. So a potion of fearless focus that allows you to have advantage on constitution saving throws is actually very beneficial. So elixir of strength just wouldn't do you much good, is what I'm saying. And remember, you're getting all of the cleric spells along with a free call lightning and sleet storm at level 3. This makes you be able to be such a lethal weapon, especially if you pair your stuff with a storm sorcerer who can place the water down and just zap those people into oblivion. It is a beautiful thing where when they have water on them and you call lightning them, and you'll deal double damage with your lightning, and that double damage is beautiful. So, and cold lightning is a concentration that you keep. So even if you use one of them, and look at that, you can at level 6 we get an extra channel divinity charge and a Thunderbolt Strike, which allows you, when you deal lightning or thunder damage to a creature that is large or smaller, you can also push it up to 10 feet. Now, combined with our strength and the fact that all of our spells do this, you are absolutely bullying people into out of existence. Now, what's pretty cool about this build is that, to be completely honest with you, once you get the 6th cleric, I was looking at the rest of the cleric features. If you want a full level 12 Tempest Cleric, it's pretty darn awesome. But you could really take advantage of some things that would allow you to make this thing really go. Cleric, I would go Oath of Vengeance on a Paladin. These spells wouldn't really matter. I would take all of these. Like, you're not going to scale off of charisma. One, you get great weapon fighting, and we're going to be using a hammer for our great weapon fighting. So we're just here for the Thunderous Smite. Not only does it push people, but it also pushes people again. And then, you just keep pushing people every time you deal this thunder damage. If you want to stay in Paladin and get the extra attack, that's fine. But me personally, I think you're already good once you have the Thunderous Smite and the Smite to add on to any attack you do. So you'll get the Smite spell levels, and it doesn't scale off of any of your other stuff. So, I mean, at this point, you're just gravying it up. So we go back, you get Ice Storm at level 7 Cleric, which is, I mean, that's just insane to have on a Cleric. Another AoE option. You get Divine Strike Thunder, which this can combine if you don't want to use the Booming Blade, or you used it already. If you're hasting, I would advise hasting with this guy. It's amazingly fun. You get Divine Thunder and then Smite. Get the extra 2 points in the strength. Go ahead and max out strength. You can get Grab Weapon Master if you want it. You get Cleric level 9, so you get Destructive Rat Wave, which is a skill that does Thunder or Radiant. It's pretty darn awesome. It's a shock wave, and it hits everybody around you. So it's kind of like your, hey, I'm just gonna blow everything out button. You could go straight 9 into Cleric, then get the Paladin levels at the end as a tack on. So if you want to get the destructive wave like immediately. But the main reason why we do this is, now Thunderous Smite, it doesn't scale at all if you use higher level spell slots. So it's actually a good use of your level 1s. So Destructive Wrath. Once you Destructive Wrath, boom. Put them on the ground. Now, unfortunately, you cannot use your Divine Thunder and this. So Destructive Wrath. And then you level smite them. So with Destructive Wrath, at least 2 of these attacks you're doing with Thunder Smite are going to do the full 12 damage. And once you get into Great Weapon Master and things of that nature, with like a 2-ended weapon, I'm using a Rapier right now. You're going to be doing some crazy ass sick damage, and you're going to be moving the enemy, knocking them prone. This is without items. I'm doing this without items. This is purely off the strength of the class, and it only uses 2 spell slots per attack you do. At the end of the game, it does really not that matter. Does not matter too much. And if someone's still standing after all of this, you don't have to use your level 5s. Wave ability, if there's more than one enemy, it's great to hit them with that thunder damage. Be fair, nothing is stopping you from using Spirit Guardians on this build. So you could just slap on as your concentration. There's no concentrations involved in this at all. I don't think. Even Thunderous Smite is one of the few smites that do not have a concentration involved. Like, there's nothing stopping you from just casting Spirit Guardians around you and doing the Spirit Guardians itemization. The Boots of Stormy Clamor, the Gloves of Belligerent Skies, the Callous Glow Ring, the Consecration Ring, and the Holy Lance Helm. The only thing I would change is I would get the Hat of Thunder Acuity just for this simple interaction with the hammer that I'm going to show you right now. Now, this is the hammer shaft. Basically, every time you jump, you deal thunder damage. Now, what's really cool about this is when you're flying, it counts as a jump. And with the Hat of Thunder Acuity, you are able to stack up Thunder Acuity stacks to all the way up to 10 just by doing flying and free movement during your turn. It's pretty interesting because it almost feels intended, because there's some items like the Ring of Spiteful Thunder and things of that nature. When you reverb enemies, you can daze them, and when they're dazed, they can't take reactions off of you. So once you have someone dazed using just by flying to them and dazing them, then you can hit them with a big boom spell, because you're not using fly, you know, especially if you're half a Liffid. You're not using fly as an action in your turn, so you're gonna hit them with a Shatter, a Thunder Wave, or something with a Destructive Wrath, which is gonna deal 100% damage plus double that damage. And if it's lightning, so you can use the thunder to stack up for the lightning hits, wet them up, and you can do insane amounts of damage. Or you can Thunder Smite them as an option with your Channel Divinity. You really feel like a Tempest with this. You have lightning aura blast or certain necklaces that you can use just to feel more like a storm. But at the core of it, you're strong. You're really strong. That's my Tempest Cleric build I've been snapping up on. Thank you for watching the whole video. Y'all have a beautiful day. Oh, please like the video, comment, and subscribe. It helps me make more videos like this and get better at them. I mean, I don't want to get worse. That would suck. So yeah, y'all be awesome. Y'all be you. And yeah, see y'all next time. Peace.